Welcome to Pay-to-Play report for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. It's a PS4 game that came out in 2017. It was published by Sony and developer was Naughty Dog. Then, in 2022, it was re-released for PlayStation 5 as a part of a collection of Uncharted 4: A Thief's End and Uncharted 4: Lost Legacy. And it was also later on in that year released on PC. It's a mix of a third-person cover shooter with a 3D platformer and a brawler elements in it. It's called itself a standalone expansion to Uncharted 4, but you don't really need to have played Uncharted 4 to kind of play this game. Everything is self-explanatory. It does not have a tutorial section to it where it will teach you the controls, but then the game kind of hints all the controls that you need to know. It tells you, hey, press this, press that, and so you don't really need to have a tutorial section in this case. So from that perspective, it's just fine as a single standalone game. I'm not sure why it's referred to as standalone expansion, because it doesn't feel like it. So anyway, let's first jump into the options and I'll show you what we have here in terms of graphics. So as you can see, if you have an HDR TV, you can take advantage of that, as well as if you have one of those TVs that allow for variable refresh rates or higher frame rates, then you can take advantage of that. In my case, I don't have a TV like this, so my TV is a regular TV, so I can't take any advantage of that. But you do have also choice of rendering mode. So one of them is visual mode, so the game goes all out on 4K. Doesn't matter how many FPS you're gonna get 4K, right? Or you can choose performance mode, which is a game tries to keep itself to 60 FPS, but it will render in 1440p, and then stretch it to 4K. In my case, I don't have a 4K television, so it was a easy choice. But generally, I do prefer higher frame rates. But again, it's your choice. If you don't want a higher frame rate, you want a higher visuals and 4K resolution, you can jump for that. The game allows you. So, well, let's go into the game itself, and I'll show you what the game is about, how it is. I finished the whole game on second hardest difficulty, because it's the highest difficulty that's allowed that's given to you at the beginning when you're starting the game. And after you play on that difficulty, the final difficulty, the crashing difficulty, unlocks. There's a difference in terms of when it comes to crashing difficulty, and it's the fact that it removes the indicators for stealth. So in other words, if you try to hide, sneak around, you wouldn't know if the enemy spotted you or seeing you or something like that. This indicators will be missing. So here we are, here in the game. We do have our main character here. She's a treasure hunter. She's quite often accompanied, well, pretty much throughout the whole game, she's accompanied by this other person who's a secondary character with her. So, well, we're gonna jump through this section here, and
check out that tower.
Here we are right now in a section of the game that's the most open world section there is. In all the parts of the game, you're gonna have more or less a straightforward type of sections. There's certain places that you need to go from one to another. There's not much choice in terms of how you're gonna reach there. Here, this is an open world section. You can go wherever you want to. The game tells you, kind of suggests to you to what you should be doing, but you don't have to. You can just go somewhere else and just go there. From there on, try to kind of play from there.
Okay.
So,
I'll keep an eye out for a soft.
there we go.
Not that I'm too worried
Now,
about it. You should be.
let's go here and let's get back to the fact that I was talking about. Oh, we made a jump almost in. I thought we didn't work it out. Okay, I thought we might actually. There we go. We're not gonna always have a car. Some main sections are on foot here in the game, but in this case we do have a car here to get around. That makes it easier for us. Okay, let's head here. I believe this is a good spot for me to kind of show you a few things. The issue is that I found out that it seems to be that the game kind of randomly assigns how many enemies you're going to encounter in some certain spots, so some might be more difficult than others. Sometimes it depends. So
do tell. Rather not. Sorry.
there you go. I think we're not going to have any enemies. No. Doesn't look like the game is responding this way. But anyway, so back to our main character. I said here's our main character. says she's a treasure hunter, and in this case she's following kind of in her father's footsteps in terms of looking for the same thing that her father, who was like an archaeologist or historian, was looking for. And I don't see any enemies here, which is a bit well, disappointing. I was hoping to find enemies here, and because that makes easier, you know, for the flow of how things are. But I guess we don't have any here. Actually, for some reason, the game still remembers my practice playthrough where I left this guy here. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so then hopefully the game does not remember anything else. We'll go somewhere else and find the enemies there. Talking about the game itself, let's talk about visuals. Visually, the game is good. Like, we are right now in the open world type of section, natures and so on, but everything looks really well done here. Beautiful to look at. And we're gonna get lost cities, lost temples, ancient cities, ancient temples. They're all gonna look great. It's going to be interesting locations. I cannot really say that these locations will be you know, kind of all the way thought through in terms of how they're supposed to be and so on, but we are going to get to certain type of locations that are very beautiful. From visual perspectives, I have no issues with the game at all. Everything's fine. And then when it comes to also sound, when it comes to sound, that's also pretty good. I don't play the music when I'm doing this kind of videos because it's you know, the easiest way to get a copyright strike is to play music. But the music is pretty good. Nothing special, but it's good. It works. I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna be hoping that we're gonna find things here. Hopefully, let's see if I can find something.
Not what I would do. So what would you do if you were? Watch out.
Okay, so there you go. I'm finally gonna get some combat and maybe some climbing at the same time. So, the game also has a bit of a mini game here. In this case, we have to unlock this kind of chest, and there's a lock picking mini game here. So we're just gonna move in, find the second. Here it is. There we go. And where's the third? There it is. There's the third, and there you go. We opened it. And inside you will find usually guns to help us. I do have the guns that I have right now are pretty good, so I'm just not gonna do it. I don't see a point. Okay, let's go ahead. And we're gonna need also to use the winch here. And again, it's gonna tell me to look at there. That's kind of a.
So Parashurama.
And there we go.
Okay, 6 avatars.
Let's do that.
A fearsome warrior.
This key. So this now we're gonna open the door this way. So back to our main character. I keep starting talking about her. I keep get distracted by something else. So she follows in her kind of father's footsteps, but unlike the other Uncharted games, you not really following some kind of journals, materials, maps or something like that were left behind by somebody else. Instead, you kind of just following because her father was looking for pretty much the same thing that she's looking right now, and you learn from that about her, about the game, you know, about her father. This character, she was featured in Uncharted 2 and 3 games. She was a side character there. But in this case, you know, now we have the focus, and so we learn a bit more about her story, her, you know, her life, and so on. And interesting. So there you go. Now we're gonna get to the climbing portion, which is a platformer section in the game. And if I'm correct, we're also gonna get to the shooting portion at the same time. Here it is. The enemies are there. And you have to, and because we use, you know. Come on. Did the other one also? Good. Alright. So, you know, aiming of course with the controller is not the best thing. I do prefer with the mouse and the keyboard. In this case, it's available on PC. So back to the main character. So, you know, there is a bit of that that she's following her father's footsteps, but not exactly the story. And there's a bit of that in the actual themes that the game is talking about. Following in the footsteps of the predecessors is a part of the theme of the game. The other one, the other main theme is actually, there we go, right. The other theme is that in the game is actually more of a it's gonna be here also now. There we go. Alright, and here again. No! Okay, helmet's off. Come on. There we go, finally. Okay.
Okay. We're all clear.
Won't be the last one. There was a big truck parked out front.
We'll keep our eyes open.
Here we go, let's climb up. And so we're going to get to here now. And so the other theme is about rulers and the idea of sacrifice, that the rulers are more powerful sacrifice for others, or for, just generally sacrifice for others who will benefit, so that exists here also as well. And the idea of sacrifice is actually very well developed. The theme, the second one, following in a predecessor's footsteps, is not as well developed. I think like it could have been done better in the game, and we'll talk about another thing here that it could have been done also a bit better in the game. But generally, I did like the narrative of the actual game itself. So, besides all this climbing, shooting, and stuff like that, what else there is to do in the game? Well, the PlayStation 5 version, which I'm playing right now, it does not have a multiplayer, neither does the PC version. So you're gonna be stuck with wherever you got. That's all. I think the game tells me I'm on here. So
Follow me.
there we go. All right. Here. And we go into the stealth section of the game. Hopefully, yep, there it is. So we now need to be carefully and stealthily, in terms of making sure that the enemies don't see us, in order so that we can take them out better. Otherwise, if you go into straight shooting, we're gonna be problematic. And those yellow triangles that you saw, that's actually the section that indicates your stealth, and that's exactly what we was talking about when I said that if you're on the crashing difficulty, you're not gonna get that. Let me try to deal with these enemies here. I believe the best way to do so is this way.
Something over there. Might be our target.
Gonna hide so that the enemies don't see us.
Hey,
And
got anything? I think we are good here. Hang on. Anything? Are you there?
then we're gonna get another one down. Then we're gonna hide so that they don't see us.
Watch yourselves.
They don't see us here.
They must be close.
And now they saw us.
They've made us.
That's not the best situation, because now they're all gonna start shooting at us. There you go. And so hopefully we can sit here behind cover and shoot off the enemies. But was not the most optimal way to take them out here. So, like I said, what else to do with the game? Well, you play the game, and they gotta see. That's like I said, it's the best way to do is to actually not use it too much of a open fighting, but rather to kind of use ability to hide and
Go check it out.
kind of quietly take out the enemies.
We have company. Spread out and look.
Let's go here.
They've made it.
Okay. And there we go, they got us again. So again, not the best strategy, but this is what it is. So what I was talking about. So what else to do besides the campaign? Well, in campaign you play through different difficulty levels, of course, and then there's also the fact that there are collectibles available. So if you can also kind of find different collectibles. There's two different things. There's some treasures, and there's a princess's bracelet that you find. Princess's bracelet helps you find other treasures. So, and if they would have kept the whole princess's bracelet like as a obligatory section of the campaign, of the narrative, it would have been much better. The reason for it is because in that case it would have worked as a fact that into the narrative, because as the our main character puts the bracelet on, she kind of assumes some of the royal powers, the need to look after the people and so on. It would have worked much better with the her decision later on that she undertakes.
Nothing over there. Do you?
But without that making it obligatory, that's just it's not there. So it's a bit harder to say. While the character decides to do certain decisions, if not. There we go. Okay, so we made it all the way here. Hopefully. Okay, so well, what else is to say about the game itself? Well, I think we kind of covered. I think I covered everything here, so I think that that's worth covering. So overall, I would say narrative works, everything works in the game, and so I would say that this is a good game. Now, if when it comes to the coolness rating of the game,
No sign of them.
right?
Anything?
It would have. I would say that.
You check that. I will
Let's
search.
see. There's so many of them here.
What the?
Shit, they've made it.
Ah. There we go. Again, so didn't work. But so overall, good game. Coolness rating. Let's talk about that. I would say it's a cool game. There's interesting pieces here, action pieces. We have car chases. We have ancient temples, ancient cities, and we got even chases on the trains, chasing the train and so on.
Shit, they've made it.
Okay. Ah. There we go. Ah. So overall, I would say that this is again, not my day today. So overall, I would say that this is a good, cool game. Well, that's all I have to say about this, and thank you for watching and for listening. If you like this video, please like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it, and please follow and subscribe.